Hi, my name is Betty. I am a journalist by profession. I am also a poet, an orator, and a thespian. I also happen to be very passionate about girls and young women. And so I thought, why not make a video to educate ourselves about some of these issues? So, welcome to the industry with Betty. I hope you learn or unlearn something in this video or videos, depends with how this will go. Hello, you guys, and welcome to the very first episode of The Industry with Betty Njeru. Now, in this episode, we are going to be discussing about a topic that is considered quote-unquote taboo. Because if we're not going to speak about it, who will? But first things first. I invited a couple of friends of mine to help me talk about it, like talk it out, educate, inspire, whatever floats your boat. So I am going to let them introduce themselves and tell us what you do, who are you, unaishi wapi, tunaweza kuja chai. Anyway, I'm kidding. You go first.
Okay. Hi, my name is NELLY, and I am a fashion stylist and an entrepreneur. I deal with the fabric industry and most of the time in the fashion industry.
Fashion industry, wow. So if I want like clothes, I can come to you.
Yep.
Wow, right.
All right, my name is MACHARIA. I'm a journalist by profession and entrepreneur by choice. But I'm sitting in the midst of some amazing people. But just to warm you guys, fist bump.
Yes.
Yes.
Shiklia.
Yes. Hello people, my name is PRISCAH MASIKA. I'm a journalist by profession.
Wow.
And an editor. Yes.
Interesting. These, first of all, what these are, they're my friends, but besides that, they're women doing phenomenal things in their respective industries. So I felt they were best versed to talk about this particular topic. So guys, tell me, what do you understand by the word sexual harassment? Anyone, go. Anything that comes to mind.
So basically, to me, when it comes to sexual harassment, to me, it has nothing to do with sex, but
Yes.
everything to do with power.
Wow.
And we have a person from one gender trying to take or snatch that power from you, using their position to take it from you.
Yeah.
And to me, that's how I define sexual harassment.
Wow.
I don't know how these amazing ladies define, but to me,
What's
that's
sexual harassment to you?
Okay, so many people have this mentality that sexual harassment, since it comes from the word sex, mostly it deals with sex. Like mostly it's just about sex. But sexual harassment, it's like a wide thing. Even catcalling is sexual harassment.
Yes, totally agree.
The way you define someone's body, or maybe the way a certain lady has dressed, and then you keep on giving out, telling that woman certain comments, that is like sexual harassment as well. It's not just about sex.
So let me tell you, I have been a journalist for 5 years. This is my 5th year in the media industry. So one particular time, I will not mention the name of the media house I was working for, but one particular time, when you're just beginning to start out as in your career, you need help from the people that have been there from the very beginning. So now, kuna kitu inaitwa, like you have to, if you have a story that you're pursuing, you have to voice the story. In order for you to go on air, you have to be granted permission to voice the story by the people, the people in power. So now, one time, I am trying to scale, I am get voicing lessons, because I really wanted to do this story for Indo Yende Hewani, as in so that the story is published on TV. So I go to the editor, was a man way in his 40s, 50s. So he tells me that for him to allow me to voice a story, I have to scratch his back. I mean, if you're a lady, you know what that means.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And I think
Do you know, like niliachana tu nayo because in so many instances, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to give something in exchange for the other.
and mostly it affects the girl child.
Yes, mostly it's the women who are affected. I was looking for the meaning of the sexual harassment for our viewers. This is for our viewers. Sexual harassment is defined as behavior characterized by the making of unwelcome and inappropriate sexual remarks or physical advances in a workplace or a social situation. It's actually not about sex, but the comments you're making about a woman's body, the comments you're making, you know, they're just very...
The gender issue comes up.
Yes. It's,
Directly.
first of all, sexual harassment is not, it's not even just about women. Even men do experience sexual harassment,
But
but women are the most affected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have you guys experienced that? Ama ni mimi too? Is it?
I'm just like, how much time do you have?
Whoa, honey, go.
So there's this one time I wanted my story edited, and I was from the field. You definitely know the procedures.
Yeah.
So I come from the field. I get this guy, and he's like, for me to edit your story, you need to massage me. I'm like, what the hell? You know, I need to massage him as he continues to
edit
so
your
he's
story.
lessened me to the massaging.
Like you massage him physically.
Yes, you know the shoulders. He's got broad
Like-
shoulders, honey. So
Like when he's editing your story, he
I
needs
have
you to massage
just to give
him.
him, you know. I know
And
that
was he married?
he's. I just don't know, but I don't think he's married because the way he behaves, I wouldn't tell. That's not a behavior of a married man.
You know what irks me the most is the fact that they make these comments in like a jokingly manner,
Yes.
but the things that come out of their mouths, you want to wonder.
And when you respond to it, you're emotional. You're
Yes.
sensitive.
Yeah.
You're just becoming too irrational. Why are you taking this to a higher note and it's nothing? There's this,
Or they even say,
Believe
"Get
in
over
it."
yourself."
yes.
You're behaving like there's this one time I remember there's a certain lady we work with, and this guy made a comment of her body. She's like, "Today unanipea side gani?" What? Let me tell you.
What? They
So-
said what?
The lady was like, you know, the lady keeps quiet. Me, I'm that chick. You come for me, I'm on your case like nobody's business.
Yes.
You know?
I mean,
Yes, and it has happened a couple of times from where I work, you get. But when you try to hold these people accountable, someone will be like, oh, no, don't give her that position. She talks too much. We want someone who's going to keep quiet, which is not okay.
and that is wrong because what are we teaching the people that are coming into the job market? Like, these are things that no one tells you. You'll find so many people work on an intention to help you. Like,
Yeah.
they want to make it look like they're helping you scale up your career.
Yes.
But in actual sense, what they're doing, they need something from you in return. So, Nelly, tell me, when has a line been crossed for you?
Well, let me say, she's so aggressive and I love her strength.
The spirit.
Before I was aware of myself, of course, I didn't think it was sexual harassment when a guy would come and tell you, like, maybe you're on a tea break, of course you gathered somewhere with your colleagues, taking tea before you go back to your work, and then a guy would say, hey, Nelly, leo mi legi zimetokelezea, you're like, hey, thanks. Like,
You know,
you
like you think it's a cute comment, but
Yeah.
it's actually not.
But the next thing you know, rumors are going around that you and that guy are doing something. And when you follow up, I followed up. And it was the fact that he was actually massaging his ego and proving to the others that yeye ni ndio jogo wa hii department. So he used to say lies. You see, when he comments something about you in front of them and then you're like, oh, thanks. And then he goes to tell them, huyu nilisha
Umepita na yeye.
Ati hiyo ni mboga yangu. Like hiyo ni mboga yangu. Oh my God.
You cringe. You're so innocent and you don't know that's sexual harassment.
Yeah, it's actually sexual harassment.
Because his intentions are,
Yes.
as in, they're just geared towards the sexual harassment. So,
Also catcalling, I think I don't like catcalling.
It doesn't
Yo,
even have to be in the workplace.
Hiyo ya kuita
Yeah.
watu kwa nje, like it's so embarrassing at
demeaning.
times. You don't have to keep on telling someone, namwambia mtu, hey, udem nikimshika leo nitafaint. It's in a ball.
So Priska, I would love to know, how have you handled such a situation before? Like, did you report the person? What was it for you?
Okay, at some point, it depends in the situation that you're being sexually harassed. Now, for example, you're an intern. I'd say an intern maybe. No, for an intern, you're a bit, you're not that up, you're down, like when you become a fresher campus. So when someone tells you such a thing, you're afraid if I go report, maybe that person will tell the boss I'm not doing my job well, this and this, and then your contract might be terminated.
Yes.
So there's that fear that people do have, although some people are courageous and some end up being helped, some end up losing their jobs, and some wanabaki tu now. Me in my situation, I've never reported anywhere. I just handle it my own way. Like you approach the person? I approach the person, or I just ignore. I don't report it anywhere. Okay. If I'll have to report, of which I've never had such a scenario, then it must be a very ambiguous case, and yet I need disturb, so I report. And you've been here for a while. Have you reported?
No, I don't waste my time.
For sure.
This is what I do. I just call you out. Me, I'm that person. You say something to me and it's incorrect, I'll tell you, dude. What if
it's your boss?
Do you want me to mention names?
No,
I don't want to. So basically, I'll just call you out. And when it comes to catcalling, I won't even give you my airtime. You continue calling, whatever. I just assume. But it has also happened to some of my female colleagues when the boss says, your body is like this today, your skirt is too tight, and it's like this, your body. I'll just be like, dude, that is not good. And it has cost me a lot, yes, but it's the right thing to do. One
day, I was just walking, and then mtu akaniangalia, a guy, he was approaching from behind, nilikuwa mbele yake. And then like, nasikia tu mtu ana make some very weird sounds behind me. And like, wewe leo naweza kupeleka dunda. Just because of the way I am dressed. So at that point nilikuwa nimekosa clap back, nikamuliza dunda ni nini? Okay. But I'm like, really, at this, like, the comments you want to make to... Out of nowhere. And this is someone I am not even familiar with. That wow, leo naweza peleka, naweza enda na wewe out dundale. I'm like, really? It has reached a point where if a woman is well physique, ukona figure, all they think of is kupelekwa dundale. They can go out with you.
Plus the positions, honey. Don't forget about the positions.
Yes. So, can we also talk about office relationships? I know this is a very hot topic. And how would you advise someone who's just beginning their career, or scaling their career, to approach such a situation? Are you for office relationships?
No. Okay, it depends.
Are you?
No.
Are you?
Yes or no?
Are you?
If love finds you there, then what will you do?
Okay.
For some
Go.
Yeah. But for some it won't. But anyhow, that will happen.
But also, I feel like for you to be in an office relationship, that you're putting yourself in a platform to be ridiculed by your colleagues.
But my take on it is like social. Working in this company, you are a social community, just like social media. You can have a relationship that does not speak volumes. You don't even give people hints of anything. I've seen people work, especially in the production industry. Actually, I've seen people working, and you wouldn't even.
And they work together.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
In this day and age of microscope.
Oh yes.
Yes, it does.
There is one in a million.
You also know there's a couple they're a couple, but they read news together, so. Yeah, it works.
We're not mentioning names.
It
All right, so let's close this by giving advice to someone who's experiencing sexual harassment and, they cannot quit because they need a job. Last words. Yeah.
Hey.
Whatever comes to your head.
Well, I'd say silence is very powerful, and I am one of those girls that used to be silent all the time. somebody says something sexual, and even people around are like, "Ay, you're not reacting." Me, I'm like, I'll just assume he's not saying anything. But the worst thing you can ever do is being silent. Once I started talking about these things is when I used to get past it. Is when I even used to get to know how to handle situations and to use the right words. Like she said, sometimes you're risking your job confronting that person, but then again, just find a way to maneuver with your words, and you look at the hierarchy of that person, see how you're going to handle that person, so that you cannot be sexually harassed.
Yeah.
Mine will be very simple. I'll just say, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid, yes.
Because there's people who have been there and they've been past, past it. But I just call out the person. You may have consequences, but just call out the person. Speak up even if your voice will shake. Speak up. That's it.
Wow, that's powerful. Yeah, Priska.
If you're experiencing this thing of sexual harassment, you're being sexually harassed, don't, if at some point you might be afraid of telling someone, you can have a friend or a confidant you can talk to, but if it's too much, if it's maybe going out of the way, if it's something that you're doing, you can quit. At some point, see at your life, it's depending on that job.
Yeah, for sure.
Something will happen.
Absolutely.
You can quit, you can be silent, as she has said, or you can tell someone who is your confidant.
I think I also pick from her plate. If you have like a mentor, someone you look up to and you're okay talking to them, and it has to be someone who's been in this industry for a while, and if you're just new, just approach someone who you think you can trust and tell them if you're not okay with approaching the person who is sexually harassing you, have someone do it on your behalf. But don't be quiet about it, because the minute you're showing these people that they can that it's okay for them to step on you, it's okay for them to make rude comments about you, it's okay for them to, take advantage of your body, even though it's verbally. And that shit affects you, even as you grow older, Yeah. So I think, this is something we could speak about on and on and on. And an episode of 15 minutes cannot just finish this topic, but thank you guys for coming through. And I hope you've learned or unlearned something from this video, and I hope you've also enjoyed. This is The Industry with Betty Njeru. Please do leave a comment, a like, or share to your friends to help someone. Thank you.